race 10 of the America's Cup match in 2021. Rossa Prada Pirelli on port entry, Emirates Team New Zealand, the defender, in on starboard. What is about to unfold on course A on the beautiful pristine waters of the Waitemata Harbour?
Here we go, up over 10 knots at 10, 11, 12 knots. Right in the wheelhouse of a great race, but like Freddie just reminded us, not a lot of wind shifts out here, so that makes for a tougher place to pass. Shifty though, look at that, shifty.
Yep.
Has been shifting around a bit, and I guess that's what happens when the new breeze comes in. It shifts around initially, and then eventually it'll settle down. And so maybe there's a couple more shifts on this race course than what we've seen over previous days, but you know, without doubt, your focus right now is winning this start, and that'll make your life a lot easier.
Rossa Prada Pirelli coming on the left side of your screen. That is port entry. They are allowed in at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. And then 10 seconds late at the 2 minute mark, the starboard entry boat, which will be Emirates Team New Zealand, are allowed in. And to start the battle in race number 10.
Good course.
Yep. Slowly, but
at the moment it's showing big committee boat. At the moment we're wide right.
Yeah,
Rossa Prada Pirelli are into the pre-start. Emirates Team New Zealand is firing as well from the starboard. They are coming into the pre-start. Here we go.
Jimmy Spithill just gave us a feel for the starting line and their strategy there, Nathan. He said big weather end or committee boat favor, right-hand end favor, and they're already thinking wide right.
So as the lead boat, you know, they're on port, they're leading right. How are they actually going to get that right-hand side? Because they're going to be the first ones to turn back. So very interesting here. I expect if they want to be wide and right, they're going to turn back later than normal.
we're winning the long race for sure.
Is it down now?
Down.
Enjoy.
It's just gliding into each other. Is New Zealand going to jump them, or are they going to attack and push them above?
Okay. Posting there. Boats around up there.
Goes lower.
One, put down.
Pull the way up. Pull the way up.
New Zealand does not fall for it. They both want the right-hand side.
All good on him. He's one forward. Okay, going to go out here.
Trying to jog.
Okay.
Trying to dive, and the Kiwis didn't let him do it.
So now he's going to try and shut them out. Jimmy Spittle's going to try and shut them out. But Peter Bell's got plenty of speed. Let's just hear the onboard comms. This is a critical moment.
Okay, pressure, clean pressure here.
Still 3 for
No risk of being late, I think.
Okay, 0 on 10.
Yeah, we can see him.
One good one. Down to a single.
I'll give you a little taste here.
Kiwis are in an interesting spot here. 25 seconds to go.
Yeah, going speed. Up again, please. Yeah. Trim. Easing windy on those, brother. He's fully downwind here. He's fully downwind. Take a bumper's line. Yeah. Almost all the way here. Nice, guys. Good. Aim for speed here, please. Watch that. Go. 2, 1. Port coming down.
On race 10 of the America's Cup match 2021. Rossa Prada Pirelli defender Emirates Team New Zealand.
Key moment in the race. They wanted the right hard there. They actually came in late and didn't mind starting tight. The Kiwis didn't, knowing that they would be tacking soon after. We're going to have to wait a couple minutes for the first cross. These boats are going to go to the edges of the course and come back together.
So yeah,
verdict of who won the start.
Pretty big ride at the moment.
Yeah, right. Big pressure on the right looks good.
Yep.
But right in.
-2 is good.
Big righty still.
Yeah.
Positioning.
Surely this is reminiscent of that critical cross yesterday.
3, 2, 1. A little softer out of this.
Sorry, put your button.
It's gone to set up at 45, so just at start time, massive 15-degree right-hand shift. We were on the right-hand side with the Kiwis. Also, to me, there's always more pressure. So, great call by the Kiwis, got the shift.
Would you hit him on the way back here, Joshy? We're just knocking you guys.
Okay, no lower.
There's
Lower.
not going to be
Target.
much into it, Nathan, but it looks like
Now,
first cross,
me or
first
what do you
low
reckon?
just
Go ahead.
starboard tack
Just
advantage
behind.
coming from the top of the screen.
One behind.
What side are they going to
hit?
protect? Are they going to tack and hit them, or are they going to
Okay.
let them
We'll hit.
go to the right-hand side?
Pressure straight ahead. Pressure up. Offshore in general.
Stand by, boys. 2, 1 down. Perfect.
So Team
Go
New
to the
Zealand
air,
cover
put the
there,
tension
they
in front,
protect
yeah.
that right-hand side. They
care
got
of
first blood
Alright.
on the right-hand side. They've now
Trevor.
got a small lead.
Crossing.
They're forcing Prada back out to the left-hand side of the course. Let's
Good
go to
heel.
Freddie in the sky. What do you see as we go up the track, mate?
My trap.
It's the same as what we saw before the start. The better mixed pressure is left middle, where Prada are heading to now. And the shift is obviously still right. They're still talking about the right-hand shift. And the windward mark right now, the best breeze on the course is coming down left middle.
We have been critical of Peter Burling's starts throughout the series, but I got to tell you what, that took guts to know that you were going to start what we call tight right and fail into an attack right away. They had a strategy, and he pulled it off. Very good job by Peter Burling.
Fix it at the top left minute and maybe see how that. Right?
Third Blair Trug, so top left is a
Up,
little
coming
bit
back on
better.
us.
So they're seeing what Freddie and the helicopter's seeing at the moment. You can see this lead difference is very, very similar. Those angles at the front indicate the angle the boat's travelling at.
3.
New Zealand are attacking heady, so when Luna Rossa attack right now, you expect that this lead that Luna Rossa have artificially right now might drop a bit. But if that's a left-hand shift,
And my trap.
we might see a lead change here.
Good time, boys.
Very close between these two boats at the moment.
Already at target here.
My trap.
Similar.
Nice pressure on our. Nice pressure on our windward. Here is a lift.
Got you ducking. Check out.
Race
Can you zoom?
2021
Yeah, I can see it.
Very
Emirates
light
Cup
duck though. It's
match.
only a tiny
Very
one.
light. Yeah.
What's they going to do? If they leave out, they're going to have to duck.
We're going one for right. I mean, one for right. Yeah, very happy with the breeze on the bow.
Coming up, boys.
Good game to Luna Rossa. I think this is the first time, Nathan, we've seen the Kiwis ahead and they haven't just simply stretched away.
Yeah, I think we're going
Luna
to
Rossa
the
keeping
spot
it tight.
then we decide.
Copy that on the downwind.
Just lay.
Just got a little bit low and heel. Nothing. Starting off here. Real good phaser. Yeah.
2, 1, 4 down.
And here you can see that's the lead chain. Luna Rossa choosing to go behind. Emirates Team New Zealand had right of way there. And I think that the gains have been coming from the left-hand side of the course on that particular case for Luna Rossa. The real question is, what are we at the top of the course? And if you look to the top left of our picture, that's live pictures there. Looks like Emirates Team New Zealand made a bit of a gain here coming to the top. And I'm not sure if Luna Rossa are going to lay the left day here.
Cross it both.
If they lay the left day, they're going to get a split. Let's just listen and see how it comes here.
Pressure
Yeah,
is
we're
good.
struggling the line.
Pressure is good
Right, not bad,
straight.
The pressure was.
This pressure should help us out.
The left here.
Nice angle there. By the way,
Emirates
here.
Team New Zealand
3,
through the top gate for the
2,
first time.
Away you go.
Leg 6 completed. They will lead Luna Rossa Prada
This could be
Cup
a little more easy.
on the first downwind leg in this race.
For a bit.
Very away.
Tight margins.
Great pump.
Nice phaser right now.
Surely it seems a little bit shiftier than we've seen in the
See how this
past
first
out
dive
on
goes
this
if it
course.
doesn't hit, you're going to go upwind mode for the race like that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, and also up and down in speed and velocity.
Carries on.
10 knots up to 14 knots. So big patches of light wind, which is making a massive difference to performance.
1, 2,
Emirates Team New Zealand with a lead that sits at around 230 odd metres in front of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. The equation for Luna Rossa is quite simple. They must win this race. They must chase down Emirates Team New Zealand. They will have fans on the edge of their seat early in the morning in Italy, and crowd here, the Italian fans will be praying for something to happen, but you get the feeling the numbers outweigh them when it comes to crowds. But back on the race course, Emirates Team New Zealand with the early advantage. Maybe we're in for another classic.
Almost anything, correct?
Yeah, almost.
Freddie, up to you in the helicopter for a second. Sure, it always seems like the Kiwis just have a little
good.
jump downwind,
Nice.
doesn't it?
Pressure.
it does seem like they have a little jump. I was very surprised that the Kiwis didn't jive and come over to the top left-hand side of the course. I think Prada's actually gained a little bit in the top half of this beat, in this run, apologies. But now Team New Zealand are on the left-hand side in the better pressure. It's a little, you've got to get over to this left-hand side and cash it in. It's like 2 knots left to right at the moment.
The hydraulic traveler system on this Kiwi boat, it's the bane of our existence. Believe me, folks, we love it just as little as you love it when it comes to the great sounds that come off of these boats.
I can tell you, our sound technicians have worked very, very hard to minimize that, but we also found out too, it affects the onboard communication between Blair Tuke and Peter Burling as well, so it annoys them as much as it annoys us at times. Let's go on board Luna Rossa. They're chasing. They have to be the hunter.
Yeah, I don't think we will be able to do one inning.
Delay. Okay, copy.
Yeah. We go early then. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, 4 down.
That was some interesting chat. They were trying to work out, are they going to lay the bottom marks with one jibe only? You can see they've jibed just before that red line, which is the lay line. Team New Zealand are going to jibe here very soon as well. Both marks were to the right of the picture, and Team New Zealand jibing to get in sync here right now.
Okay, so they jibe there.
Both boats look like they're heading towards the same mark. I think it's been a really good game here by Luna Rossa on this run.
This is one of the very first runs we've seen that Luna Rossa
Pull the jaws. Yeah, you go now. Yep, you go.
Potential JK.
Copy. Let me know over there, Kicker.
Potential JK.
Let me know the job.
Stand by. 3, 2,
Emirates Team New Zealand once again leading Luna Rossa around the bottom gate for the first time. They'll complete 2 legs of 6, 4 to go.
A little stuck here on Emirates Team New Zealand. Not their best drive, their best rounding, wide rounding going around it.
It's going to be a little fast here around the point.
That's a lot of, that's a bad rounding by part of it. They're looking like they're off the foil there. Shirley, can you see how that bottom mark panned out there for Luna Rossa?
To me, it looked like the 2 boards down, ready for that chicane turn. Really early and quite a long phase as well, and it was just too long, hanging there too deep with the 2 boards down and really, really slowed down. It was a big loss.
Afford any mistakes on the Italian boat.
Both teams showing us a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, but the Italians made their mistake also in the dirty air or the mixed up air coming off the wings of the Kiwi boat. So that absolutely compounded the problem compared to what happened to the Kiwis.
We're not going to give him third here, so just our mode thing.
Nathan, close race, got not very close.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly it can change. And Luna Rossa were catching them, and then they sailed into the dirty air, as you said. They jibed to go to that left-hand mark as they approached the bottom mark. Team New Zealand matched them, put disturbed air on, and Team New Zealand looked like they had a struggle at the bottom mark, but Luna Rossa's bottom mark was even tougher. And now the lead is stretched out quite a bit, and we'll just listen on board here. Team New Zealand will be tacking and keeping in check the rest of this race, that's for sure. That's a huge sigh of relief if you're a Kiwi fan, that bottom mark round.
He carries on still. Mine. Great speed, they can check whenever. Yep. Hard hit on this one, Josh.
Yeah, copy that. I'll watch for his board. He's just behind our 9 at the moment, so we'll be matching.
Copy. 0 heel, please, Pete.
Okay, fires, go now.
Fire. Alright, forward. A little bit east, yeah, nice.
Hard hit. That was the call by Peter Burling, which means they're tacking right on top of, using all the dirty air off of their sails for the against the Italians.
You can see Peter Burling is getting very aggressive now, isn't he? He's just got that little bit of a lead out. You can see on this graphic here that white trail behind the boats is the bad air. It looks like Luna Rossa is sailing just to leeward of that graphic. It's very hard to give you competitive bad air, but I think Peter Burling is saying to his boys, let's shut the race down. Let's not give them a chance to get back into this. If you're a Kiwi fan watching this right now, you're starting to get a little bit excited.
Flags a big right at the top there.
Emirates Team New Zealand lengthening their lead on the third leg of 6. It is all important. 10th race of the 2022 Prada Cup match. One senses now. Control from Emirates Team New Zealand. Play it safe. Do it by the numbers.
So we've got tank space. Yep. He carries on still.
Stand by, boys. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, he fires it now. 20 seconds till his line. Do you want to go on him or go past me?
Gain. I think we'll just go to Layla.
That's the sounds of Josh Jr. He's
almost on
actually
his line now, so
to leeward of the boat to the right-hand side of the boat. He's talking about firing. That means they're putting the dagger board, the wing, into the water. And that's the telltale sign that they're going to attack. So they're using these little plays to help them communicate with each other.
So Freddie, as we're approaching the top mark here, Team New Zealand got a pretty good lead. What do you see weather-wise? Is it going to change much between here and the top mark?
Pretty much
repeat of Windward Gate number 1 here, Nate. The best pressure is left middle. If you do a left turn at the top, which Emirates Team New Zealand are lining up for, they're going to bear away into nice pressure, probably 2 knots more on the left-hand side. And if Prada choose to split to the right, they could get a little shift, but there is less pressure over on that side.
So Team New Zealand coming in on starboard tack now to the top mark. This lead is really stretched out a little bit now, and if Freddie's right and he's got some really good eyes in the helicopter, a left turn here for Emirates Team New Zealand is going to put them in much stronger breeze, and this lead might just continue to grow.
3, 2, 1. Pressure at the mark, nothing spectacular.
Emirates Team New Zealand about to complete 50% of race number 10. They have completed 3 legs of 6.
3,
around
2,
that top gate, head back down on leg number 4.
He'll be taking right turn in about 15 seconds. -2.
They can feel it.
Yeah, looks good all the way, eh? Yeah. No deeper feet, little pain.
Rossa, Prada Pirelli.
7 right.
Finally through the top gate, taking the right hand.
Then by 3, 2, 1, and yours.
27 seconds in favour of Emirates Team New Zealand.
He went the boundary and jibed.
Yes. Little righty, decent pressure.
Don't watch if you're a
Nice
Rossa
long one
fan
here.
right
Gonna
now.
lock it
I
in
think
for
that's what that
fast
means.
-1.
Okay. Numbers.
3 right.
Bye, boys.
You see there the VMG numbers in the bottom, 29 knots versus 33 knots. That could be a case of having extra wind. It also could be a case of having a slightly faster boat down. And let's remember, Emirates Team New Zealand's foils are in the realm of 30% smaller. And when the breeze gets over this 10-12 knot wind range, those little foils seem to have a little bit more speed, and
Little tough one
combine
here.
that with extra pressure and you have a rocket ship.
Okay.
Surely get that sense that Emirates Team New Zealand are controlling this race
Big left
beautifully.
here, 38.
Coming down on this.
Yeah.
No deeper feet. Free left. Slowly left. 5 left. Good left. Going probably another.
Freddie, the sea breeze seems like it's solid now, Freddie, right? That light air offshore isn't creeping back in again.
No, that's right. It's got much better mix throughout the sort of 15 minutes of this race so far. There was that southwesterly no wind patch on course C about a mile downwind from us. And Team New Zealand fans will be pleased to know that that's filled in this northeasterly. So, like the last time I was in the helicopter, it doesn't look like we're going to be having any shutdowns in this race.
This lap is looking more like a lap of honour for the Kiwis all the time, extending all the time. I've just been watching the speeds. They're at least 2 knots quicker, sometimes 5 knots quicker than their opponent. And if you've worked on this program and supported this program, this is a prime moment. Just seeing what they can do and actually having an open road to show us what all that hard work has meant.
Bravo.
Yeah. He's marginal. He's probably marginal left there. He won't make it. Happy right turn. Yeah. Trying to get steep as we can here for one more round up.
Emirates Team New Zealand, the defender of the America's Cup,
Should get
heading into complete leg number 4 of race number 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
They are 2 legs away from winning the cup.
Good rest when you can, 37. How's it going, boys? 8 left. 0 hill.
Good time to sail perfect right now, Nathan, aren't they?
20 seconds. Hill, follow on.
New Zealand side very fast. Looks like they've stretched their lead once again. Just a couple of extra seconds on that downwind, but
Bit JK here. Going to drop the board during the turn though. Okay, slow turn up.
Rossa, Prada, Pirelli have always said they are in the fight and they will stay in the fight. And they are still in the fight. They're 37 seconds adrift of Emirates Team New Zealand. I thought the telling moment at the press conference last night from Jimmy Spiller says there aren't going to be any towels thrown in. We are here to go all the way.
They immediately try to create a split by doing that very cool, tricky maneuver around the leeward mark. They all call it JK and try to get as much of a split as they can. Nathan, now it's kind of turning into desperation time. There's times to keep it close. There's other times just to need a Hail Mary. Getting close to Hail Mary.
yes, you're 100% right. But there's not many things they can do. The more maneuvers you do on these boats, you lose distance every maneuver. So Team New Zealand, if they're not to start tacking and trying to force something, Team New Zealand will start sailing boundary to boundary. They've got 466 metre lead here right now. It's a pretty substantial lead. Right now, if you're Luna Rossa, you're just hoping that Team New Zealand make a big mistake.
It would have to be an
enormous
mistake.
We go back to the start of this race, and Peter Burling, both in the press down here and in this booth, has been really having a hard time, taking a hard time in these pre-starts. They had a plan in that pre-start, and they pulled it off. I give him all kinds of credit.
You're 100% there, and there's a lot of pressure on the helmsman of any of these boats. And, there's a lot of people watching the racing today, and he would love nothing more than to execute a start and lead from the beginning of the race right through. And so far, so good.
He responded to pressure. You can imagine that Peter Burling has been under incredible pressure, potentially internally as well as externally. And they say champions deliver when it matters.
Good phase, boys. Maybe a little lower hill in Kent, so I was probably a bit quick out on the Kent. 5, right? So a little more lower feet. Friction, I know it's a bit lighter, but... Average breeze. Coming up a little.
Okay, pressure coming here. 2. Pressure.
In the Italian boat, I'll tell you what, the same communication, that same level of communication, the cadence on board the boat, absolutely zero quit, no sense of panic, but the clock is certainly running on them right now.
Actually, we go to this path.
We'll think about going back, so real puffy, I don't think it'll be a good one.
3, 2, 1.
Little knock there. Yeah. Happy to push
he sets up and tacks now, Pete.
You said in our pre-show today that Luna Rossa had to sail the perfect race. You get the feeling Emirates Team New Zealand are listening to you.
But we heard Jimmy Spithill say we want the right. The weather end is favored, we want the right. And guess what? He got outdone by Peter Burling.
Keep pushing, boys.
It's all going to... Listen, Course A, we talked about before. Freddie reminded us of it this morning. Course A has not produced a pass yet. You have to win the start. The Kiwis went for it at the start, and it worked. And by the way, the Italians wanted that start, and the other guys took it away. Good for them.
Okay, pressure here.
500 plus metre advantage to Emirates Team New Zealand. They're going to hit the top mark shortly for the very last time.
0. It's pretty dynamic up there.
Pressure on the left
That's all good.
side.
Just get around the right here and just see what it looks like. Yep, he's still on board. Going delay.
Think about going here.
11 right.
Starting to feel it.
Gotta watch out for him on the
They're
mirror.
starting to feel
Yeah,
it.
copy. Definitely this mark's good with the big right here. Yeah, probably just carry on the boundary. Copy. Nice angle there.
Emirates
Probably
Team
no
New
lower
Zealand
pace.
hitting the top gate for the very last time.
Very
Sailing this
away.
magnificent flying machine called
5,
Hutai.
3, no lower, 2,
They'll round the gate,
1, and away you go.
head downwind for the very last time, and one feels pretty sure the party's about to start.
Never know. You never know. But man, if you're a betting person right now,
You
which
never
of course
know.
we're not,
No, he carries on. They're all
looking
fit.
kind of good.
Negative 5, average breeze coming to the front edge of it. I wonder if maybe
It's looking very good for the Kiwis.
maybe here for a look at your
I'm trying to create hope.
I know you're trying to
Happy all
create
the way.
it. They've just stretched out once again, and it's just showing the pure boat speed of that boat and the professionalism of that team to come back and have such a great start and really control this race from the beginning.
Okay, I will.
You will.
3, 2, 1, clear, yours.
Nathan, we've talked a lot in this event about the fastest boat always wins the America's Cup. There's been a lot of talk about pretty even boats, et cetera, et cetera. To me, there's been no question. As this series has gone along, we even mentioned this early on, the Italians had to put them away early. The Kiwis have gotten better. They've gotten raced tougher. They've gotten better. And the faster boat is about to win the America's Cup.
3, 2,
I think you're right there. I think Luna Rossa put up a really strong fight at the beginning. They were starting well, executing everything well, but you kind of got the feeling as this event was going on that the faster boat was gaining momentum. These guys were starting to find modes in that boat that they needed to combat another boat. When you're sailing around on your own for 2 or 3 years, it's hard to know what mode to sail. But they lined up with Luna Rossa early on in this event, and they're finding modes that they didn't know they had. And as always, the fastest boat wins the America's Cup, and we're seeing that right now.
It has been a mighty challenge from Luna Rossa, Prada, Pirelli, but in the end, you come into this final match race, as it turns out to be, needing 4 wins in a trot, and they have been, well, we have to call it, don't we? They were outsailed at the start, and that was the difference. Peter Burling did what he needed to do in the match race that mattered.
Okay, pressure here again.
Nice stuff coming on here. Fine. Nice job, Phil.
Impressive boats, impressive sight, impressive event, and you know what? The defender always tends to have the advantage, and they took advantage of it, and congratulations. It's looking pretty solid for the Kiwis at this stage.
We're happy 1 and in. 1 and in. Little pace up. Copy. Reasonably steady. Probably more of a pace up next week, but yeah. Pleasure.
One more jibe. The America's
Soft air boys out of this one.
Emirates Team New Zealand are on track.
Heading dick
And
up all the way
another
down this
memorable
side,
chapter to the America's Cup history book. Let's remember they're sailing Odyssey. This Cup Odyssey
one or two
is only 34 years young. That Odyssey from Fremantle would turn into Obsession. And then it would come to 1995 that Team New Zealand finally got their hands on sailing's holy grail, becoming just the 2nd country to win the Cup from outside of America. In 2000, they prevailed to all comers, but unable to follow up in 2003. 21 years after their first successful defence on home waters, Emirates Team New Zealand do it again in a new class of boat that proves Kiwis can fly. Sailing's most treasured prize, the America's Cup stays in New Zealand.
Yes, boy! Fucking nice. Enjoy the moment, boys. Well done.
I just gotta watch out for these blokes here.
Right. Don't worry about the sails, boys. Leave them
Unreal!
Good luck, boys. We drive around and go congratulate them, mate.
Luna Rossa. They have put up a fight, and they have done the America's Cup and Italy proud.
It's going to turn all the way up into the right, boys.
Hey, Bedog, up there.
They're just coming behind now, pistol.
Careful, boys.
Emirates Team New Zealand. Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli. That concludes the 7 race wins to Emirates Team New Zealand, which brings the completion of America's Cup 36. Congratulations to both teams. Incredible match. Race committee out.
All right, boys.
Hey, Ian, on behalf of us, we'd just like to say thanks for running a great event in beautiful conditions.
Emirates Team New Zealand claim the old mug for the 4th time.
Yeah, race committee.
4th time
Luna Rossa, Ian, Mel, and the team. The volunteers, thanks very much for the series, running a fantastic event. And Pete, if you can hear me, congrats, mate, to you and the whole team.
You've got a feel for Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. The look on Francesco Bruni's face then says it all. But this is the team of the moment. You can imagine from Cape Reinga to Stewart Island and dairies and cafes around New Zealand on every water cooler. The conversation for the last week has been about when this would happen. Finally, New Zealand can breathe. Burning's men in black have done it again. How good that must feel. Final score in the America's Cup match 2021. Defender 7, Challenger 3. So, Kenny, Nathan, it's done. The 36th edition of the America's Cup is all over. Fastest boat won. Took them time to get into their groove, but they got into their groove and won 5 in a row.
Fastest boat always wins, and you know what? This has been quite an event. It ceases to amaze. The America's Cups, the ups and downs, the drama, the trials and tribulations, the fighting between the teams, both on the water and off the water. Fast boats, crazy boats, slow boats, flying boats. Nathan, I think these boats are here to stay.
I think they are here to stay. I think this America's Cup was super interesting. We had 2 very different design boats. You look at the hull shapes, you look at the foils, you look at even the way they controlled the sails, yet interesting racing, and particularly early on in this series, they were going 1 for 1 in boats that you just couldn't understand why one would win and then the other would win, and when one boat got a lead, they'd extend and the other one would keep it close. So it's been an interesting series, and it seemed like halfway through this series, Emirates Team New Zealand worked a couple of things out. They're attacking them
Too much on the foredeck, but we'll try and get everyone on the yacht here for a photo.
They found a couple of modes they didn't have before, and by finding those modes, were able to really unleash the beast, and they were ripping.
There's the boss, Grant Dalton, climbing aboard. As the skipper says, you hear Peter Building say, we get everyone on board, need a photo. Need to remember this.
It's a strong foredeck right there.
Just bet special right now. There are your champions of the 36th America's Cup, Emirates Team New Zealand. For the 2nd time, they successfully win on home waters.
For a sports crazed Kiwi nation, what a great sight. The passion.
Well, if you're going to log a date in the memory banks, it's quite a simple one. St. Patrick's Day 2021, March 17, Emirates Team New Zealand win the 36th edition of the America's Cup. Shirley Robinson, I know you love an occasion. It's turned into an occasion.
We're right beside Emirates Team New Zealand. And just think, Stephen, how composed, how clinical, how intimidating this team has been. And to watch them celebrate, you know, nearly all the youngsters guys joining in. It's so impressive, so incredible. You can feel how hard they've worked for this very moment. It's so special.
Especially when you get to spray the expensive mum champagne around as well, because that's a well-deserved slug. 4 years, thousands upon thousands of hours of design, training, physical pain the grinders and everyone goes through. In one moment, you just can't take it away. 4 years comes down to this one moment. Those smiles are not going away for a long time. Freddie Carr up at Heli 1. How does it feel, Freddie?
Massive congratulations to Emirates Team New Zealand and well done to Prada. I mean, what a match, the 36th match. I think it's a match that sets us up really nicely for the future. What a great class of boat we have here. Having come out the old IATC classes in 2003 and 2007 and go through this foiling generation and land on this class we have now with stadium racing. The America's Cup's in a healthy place, and you can only see that by the amount of fans out here watching it and the global audience that sailing now has.
Does it make you want to go for another crack, Freddie?
Yeah, why not? I'm only 39 and the shoulders are still turning over, so why not?
So the men in black do the job in 2021. There's Stephen Ferguson. Such an immaculate sporting DNA in his family. His dad a double Olympic, I think it was triple Olympic gold medalist. Peter Burton can't get enough of that champagne mug, can he? Have some more, you know, I've only got a dribble when he sprays. I'll have some more, thanks very much.
Work awful hard for that moment. Spray as much as you want, fellas. St. Patrick's Day in Auckland, New Zealand will never be the same.
Became the youngest skipper in 2017 to win an America's Cup and to go back to back. You now start, and let's ask this question: do we now start talking dynasties? You think 4 cups in 26 years? That's pretty good numbers, right?
I'm a member of the New York Yacht Club, so I'm sticking with one dynasty so far. But these guys
I'm suggesting maybe the start. I'll sit in the corner in the dark if you want me to.
You have to be so impressed by what these guys have done, often with less. That's well known. They make more with less, and that is, they're not the highest funded, but man oh man, they have innovation in their DNA, Nathan, and it never fails. The Kiwis always come up with something interesting and something that simply works.
They sure do. Last time out in Bermuda they came up with the bikes, and that obviously was a big key to why they were winning in Bermuda. This time around they've defended it. I think probably the question that's starting to creep into a few people's minds is, what next? What's the next cup going to look like? Are they going to be able to defend 2 times in a row? Last time round that wasn't possible, so I'm sure none of these guys are thinking about this right here and now, but give it a couple of months and it all starts again. Another 3-4 years, however long it's going to be, of hard work to defend the cup, and I bet you there's a lot of challengers out there right now really keen to get involved in this event.
And in this day and age of professional sports and professional sailing, how do you keep a team like this together? Can they keep a team like this together? This might be the last day that a team like this ever sails together.
Well, it's all about creating culture where you want people to stay a part of your team. I think they've done a great job of doing that so far, and you know, so long as everyone's happy within the team, everyone's focused on the task at hand, I think you'll find everyone's happy to stay where they are.
on board the victorious Emirates Team New Zealand and their helmsman Peter Burling. Pete, congratulations. You just won an America's Cup again. How does it feel?
Oh, mate, absolutely unreal. And I think coming back to the chase boat and just seeing all the people involved in this campaign over 3 or so years, how many Kiwis are out here supporting the event again. We've had messages from everyone from the Prime Minister to high school kids to just about anyone you can think of support, and it just means the world to us as a team. We're obviously absolutely blown away by being able to achieve what we have as a group and win another America's Cup, but it's just been the most amazing experience along the way.
Pete, congratulations first and foremost on your home waters. I can't fathom what that feels like. Hey, let's just talk about the race real quick for a second. The start was magnificent. You guys wanted the right, you took the right, you were patient. They tried to coax you into actually leading back, but you got the start you wanted, and it worked.
Yeah, well, I think we've been learning all week, and a lot of very even starts, but that one we definitely wanted the ride, and we're willing to give up that first tack to get there. So we just wanted to be at good boat speed on the hip and able to fold and lead out there, and I think from there we really showed what this boat can do, and we're really happy with the package we've got here. And I think when we get to stretch the legs and get on the right side of a few shifts, we really proved that it's a pretty nice boat.
Hey Pete, congrats mate. Awesome sailing all week, well done. Got a question for you. What's better, defending the America's Cup or winning it in Bermuda? Which one's better?
Oh mate, it's so hard to tell. Definitely winning it's got all the emotion of that and just an incredible time in Bermuda, but definitely a lot smaller group, but I don't think you can think of much more special environment than this, with over a couple of thousand of boats out every day, it seemed. The village absolutely packed, people everywhere. And to do something like this on home waters is something that I think our whole team's incredibly proud of.
Yeah, hey Pete, we've got Jimmy Spittle and Francesco Bruni listening in. Would you like to say something to the lads?
Yeah, I think congrats on a great series. It's obviously been really hard fought, and I really love racing against you guys. And I think from all of us here at Team New Zealand, we'd just like to say well done and great racing. Thanks again.
All right, Pete.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you.
Pete, thanks so much for your time.
Thanks,
congratulations once again. There's still lots of celebrating to go on with. Let's go on board Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli with Jimmy Spittle and Francesco Bruni. Francesco, hard luck. Valiant
just keep it
effort.
slow, Paradise for now.
Fantastic series that Luna Rossa, Prada Pirelli delivered to everybody in the sailing world. How are you feeling?
Yeah, it's been a fantastic experience. I would just want to congratulate first with Team New Zealand. Obviously, they've done a fantastic job. But I think also I need to congratulate with Luna Rossa, an amazing team. I think we proved to the world that we could do it. And yeah, it's been hard luck in the last couple of days, but definitely, I mean, we've done, I think, a great job as a team.
Keko, congratulations first and foremost. You have shown the world a lot of class through this whole thing. We're very impressed on how high you held your head and how you represented your team. Do you have anything you want to say, both in English and in Italian, to all your friends back home, all the supporters back home?
Well, I can say that it's not finished, and I'm sure Mr. Bertelli and Luna Rossa will try again. And we have a lot of experience now, and yeah, I'm just very happy with how this team is being run, and very happy with everything. And thank you, Italia. Grazie Italia per il supporto. Grazie.
Francesco, thank you so much for your time. We'll go across to have a quick chat to Jimmy. Jimmy, it's one of those days for a team that said they would never stop fighting. You guys never stop fighting.
No, it's an incredible team, and really the whole campaign. I really just can't thank the entire team, especially the guys that are on the shore. It's just been an absolute relentless campaign, and just to see the passion, the emotion, and the work ethic that Italians portray has been such an amazing, definitely one of the most enjoyable campaigns in that regard for me. Very, very lucky to sort of be embraced into an Italian team, and you know, obviously full credit to Team New Zealand. They developed a fantastic package and deservedly champions.
Hey Jimmy, obviously you know, a bit of a tough race today, but you know, I think you guys should be really proud of the series you had. You fought very hard the whole way through. I guess the question now on everyone's mind is, what's next? What's the plan? Are you going to come back and give it one more crack?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. You know, the first priority now is really to get ashore, thank our teammates, you know, our fans, our families, all our supporters, and then take it from there. Obviously, we need to go have a beer with the Kiwis and really pay respect to those guys. But yeah, first things first, got to go and thank all of our teammates who have really just made such a huge amount of effort for us to allow us to get out here and fight it out in the America's Cup.
Jimmy, thanks for your time. Thanks for being a good sport too.
Thanks very much, guys. Grazie, Italia.
We go back on board Emirates Team New Zealand. Blair Tuke, the flight controller, is standing by and waiting to have a chat. Blair, you've done it again.
Yeah, well, what a beauty. Unreal. Defending the America's Cup on home waters out here on the Hodaki Gulf. Unbelievable.
You're making it look easy, Blair. I got to tell you, for a lot of us, for a lot of sailors in the world who've tried a long time to do this, 2 for 2 at your age, what does this feel like? What does it feel like?
Yeah, unbelievable feeling to know the work that's gone in from so many people over the last 3.5 years, or even right back to before we won it in Bermuda. It's been huge from the team. It's been a massive honour to race here in front of you know, 5 million Kiwis, to know we've had all of their support. Yeah, huge moment just in the last 5 minutes since the since I think you did the interview with Pete. It's just chocker around us now. Yeah, what scenes, unbelievable.
Hey Blair, you know, growing up in New Zealand, I'm sure you dreamed of the America's Cup and you would have watched racing previously. What does it feel like to be defending the America's Cup here in New Zealand? You know, so many people dream of this moment.
Yeah, well, I think I was about 10 or 11 years old when Team New Zealand first defended the Cup in 2000. I think I was mainly up North Lake, spent one day down here watching. So many of the guys and girls behind me in the team have similar memories. So to have the opportunity to sail and race for Team New Zealand and to defend it is, yeah, it's a huge honour. And just the way we put the campaign together, it was a tight battle. Rossa really came out firing and took it to us, but we slowly built into the series and got better and better every race, and today was just a great race for us and really showed the speed of the boat, and we sailed nicely, so good way to end it.
A final thought, Blair, at what point today in race number 10 did you know you had it?
When we crossed the finish line. It's sailing, you never really know till the end, but we were yeah, really happy to get a good start. We won the right-hand side of the racetrack and we executed the start we wanted, which was good. We didn't always do that the last week, and from there we just sailed the boat speed we had and never really gave them a chance. So really, really solid way for us to win it, and yeah, time to enjoy it. It's been a heck of an effort from so many people in our team, and you know, all the supporters around us, sponsors and everything like that. So time to enjoy it.
Well done, Blair. Go party.
Enjoy it.
Good. Thank you very much.
Blair Tuke, flight control. I was waiting for the woohoo. There you go. Race 10 of the 36th America's Cup match. And it is over. Emirates Team New Zealand with a 46-second win and a 7-3 scoreline. They keep the America's Cup.